Ms. Dozier.
Good evening. I'm Tammy Dozier. I'm a proud parent of a junior and a freshman here at the high school. I also volunteer in the CIC each week updating scholarship information on our website. And I also work at UNC in the Scholarships and Student Aid Office. There's just three main points I'd like to make this evening. The first one is that I recommend you visit our CIC webpage on the CHS website. Ms. Gallagher just showed you how to navigate there. Once you're there, click on the Colleges tab and you'll see the information for scholarships and financial aid. The volunteers and I try to keep that updated weekly, so you'll see current information there. And you'll see links to the scholarship information also published in our e-newsletter each week, so make sure you are subscribed to that. You know, there are the really big prestigious scholarships that everyone's heard of, the Moorhead at UNC, the Park at NC State. And if you're nominated for one of those or you believe you're a good candidate for it, look for those deadlines early in the school year, usually within the first couple of weeks of the school year. And then there are numerous small and medium-sized scholarships, and they range anywhere from $100 to the full cost of attendance at your chosen college or university. And you'd be surprised at the low number of applicants for some of those scholarships, particularly the local ones. So your chances of earning one of those is really quite high. Some examples of these scholarship providers are the PTSA, churches, civic clubs such as the Kiwanis and Civitans, companies such as IBM and Coca-Cola, educational and community foundations, such as the Triangle Community Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, that's an excellent one. Sororities and fraternities such as Alpha Phi Alpha, Boy and Girl Scouts, and the military, such as the North Carolina Veterans Affairs Scholarships. Not all scholarship providers expect you to be the top student in your class or the star athlete on the court, nor are they only for students planning to attend four-year colleges. Although most of the opportunities I've seen are for seniors, not all of them are. So right now, you can find essay and other opportunities, essay contests and other opportunities on our website so that you can begin to accumulate some dollars for your education beyond high school. And you can make note of the ones that you plan to apply for next year, so you can be on the lookout for those next fall. You will not find an exhaustive list of scholarships on our website because I don't believe such a list exists out there. But our website is an excellent place to start. So the important thing is that you seek out these opportunities and apply for them, and I can assure you it will be time well spent. The second point I'd like to make tonight is I urge you to know the cost of attendance at the schools you're considering, and furthermore, know the net price that you'll need to be prepared to pay. The cost of attendance for each school is comprised of 5 parts. There's the tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, travel, and personal expenses. And you can find that information on each school's website. And you might consider the cost of attendance to be the school's sticker price, not necessarily what you're going to need to pay. I suggest that you make a chart as you're doing your research so you can have these costs side by side for the schools that you're considering. So even more importantly, you need to know how much you will actually need to pay for attendance at each of these colleges or universities. This is your net price, and you can determine this by using something called the net price calculator, which is required to be on every school's website now. The net price calculator takes into account your specific financial information as well as the college or university's specific formula for determining the scholarships and aid for which you will qualify. And this information I also recommend that you put on the chart that I was talking about earlier. On our CIC webpage, under financial aid, I've added a link to an excellent net price calculator tool from the College Board website, which can be used to get to the net price of about 300 colleges and universities across the country. And the great thing about this tool is that it allows you to create an account so that your specific financial information can be stored and used in calculating the net price for all the participating schools. You can literally calculate the net price for each school in a matter of seconds. Among the North Carolina schools that participate, you will find UNC, Elon, NC State, Duke, Wake Forest, Guilford College, and more. For the schools not listed, you will need to go to the specific school's website to find their net price calculator. And I just want to show you quickly that website, if I can pull it up. So when you navigate to this website, which is at studentnpc.collegeboard.org, click on the title that says Participating Schools. And this is where you'll see the over 300 participating schools. I'm just scrolling down to North Carolina. And let's see. And I'll click on the University of North Carolina just to show you how quickly, hopefully, it will go to the net price calculator for UNC. So this is where if you've created an account on College Board, you would just sign in and immediately it'll take you to the calculator for UNC and it'll use your stored information there. So I encourage you to do that. That's my favorite website these days. And get all that information so you can compare appropriately. The last point that I want to make is to make sure you complete the FAFSA early next year. You've heard a lot about that tonight. It'll be available on January 1st, 2014. That's the version that you're going to be looking for. And complete it as soon after January 1st as possible. Know the priority deadline for completing the FAFSA for the schools in which you would plan to apply. For UNC and Duke, it's March 1st. For Elon, I believe it's mid-February. But it's important that you apply by those deadlines because funds really do run out and you want to maximize your resources. It would be best to file your taxes early, so try to do that in 2014 for 2013. It'd be best to file those before you complete the FAFSA. However, you should complete the FAFSA even if you have not yet filed your 2013 taxes. So if you're one of those folks who likes to wait until the very last minute, April 15th, 16th, it's okay, but don't miss that FAFSA deadline. Also be aware that some schools also require you to complete an additional financial aid form, such as the CSS profile, before determining your financial aid. Also, if you missed the wonderful financial aid workshop that was sponsored by CFNC last night at East Chapel Hill High, make sure you look for that next year because it'll provide much more in-depth coverage of financial aid. Finally, I do have a one-page handout from UNC that I will make available to you after the presentation, and feel free to stop by and ask me any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dozier.